Hey everybody, JL here. I thought I would show you where I'm at gear-wise and virtue and trait tree-wise on my yellow captain and red captain build on the legendary server Angmar, where level 50 is the cap. So as you can see, I've got a pretty healthy morale pool so far. I've been trying to allocate my stats so that they don't go too far above cap, but I am trying to be a captain as many as possible and then allocating more morale for any kind of leftover. Obviously, there's not a huge variety of gear you can get right now, so it's difficult to find that balance. But we'll start with the gear. This earring is Langliel's earring. It's a quest reward. It has a great stat line, better than any other options I found. Etched Barrel Earring of Willpower is, in my opinion, the best option for a yellow captain, and I don't even need to swap it out in my red captain build. It gives the most morale, and Will gives tactical mitigations, which is great. The Etched Barrel Necklace of Might is your best in slot. The Black Iron Bracer of the Forgotten Depths, both of these I have at level 50, item level 50, and that's from doing Thring Tier 2. These provide a great stat line for defensive. You have resistance and critical defense, which is awesome, and a good amount of vitality. I actually like to use Glorfindel's Band and Soot-Covered Ring, and this is a quest reward from doing the Rift. After you've defeated Tharlak, you can get the Soot-Covered Ring, and you get a quest to go to Rivendell and get Glorfindel's Band. I calculated it out, and there's not any other rings that give more morale than this combination. And not only that, but you get a bunch of will for tactical mitigations, and also a bit of fate, which, you know, whatever, it's fine. Obviously the fate is found on the Soot-Covered Ring, not in the set bonus. And then Glorfindel's Band has fate on it as well. So just a bit of extra power after the fate changes, but this, in my opinion, is one of the best options you can get for tanking. Otherwise, I also have Thring's Rage. I have one at item level 40. Oh no, I have two at item level 50. This provides block rating, but it doesn't provide as much morale, and I'm already almost to my cap on block rating, so it just didn't seem as important to me. I have Lash Fragment Reforged with Vitality in it. This is obviously a drop from Thring as well, from Tier 2. The Physical Mitigation is a wasted stat, but 16 Vitality is the most I've seen from a pocket item, and having an extra bit of Tactical Mitigation is nice, puts me over the cap. This is the best one-handed item that's available to us at level 50 right now. It gives a nice amount of morale and some parry rating. This is the best light shield that's available right now. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of options, so this is simply the best in slot, and it's from Sarchvorn. If you run it at Tier 2, you get an item level 48 shield from it. And it's also got outgoing healing, which is nice, you know, it's something. Obviously the standard, that should be easy to find with a Master Tailor. For the set items on my armor, I use boots, the West Tower set, which can be found in Evendum at the trader at Anuminas, or Anuminus, however you like to pronounce it. And those traders are just over here. And you can trade marks and medallions to get that full set. It's really cheap, and it's the best tank set out for captains right now. Provides a ton of vitality and a lot of might. The boots have tactical mitigation, the chest has tactical mitigation, and then everything else is just kind of a mishmash of stats. I like the resistance on the gauntlets. The only difference is I'm using the War Captain's Helm rather than the West Tower option. Well, sorry, there isn't an option for the West Tower. There's no helmet option for the West Tower. So you can either go with this helmet, you could go with the helmet from doing the Tharlak, from doing Rift, or you can get the helmet from the traders. Let's see, where are they? You can get another helmet from Gathforthnir, but that one provides offensive stats. So this is the best defensive helm that's available right now, to my understanding. And so that puts me at a nice balance of having capped tactical mets, capped physical mets, very high block, very decent parry for what's available, a tiny bit of evade, a little bit of incoming healing, a lot of critical defense, a ton of resistance, and a mishmash of offensive stats in between. So for me, this is the best build besides getting Edhil Harlos from Tharlak, and also I would probably swap out the cape for Wigfeld because it provides some more morale, and the physical mitigation on the Cloak of the West Tower is a wasted stat, as well as the 6 set bonus is kind of whatever. 18 might, 8 maximum power, okay, fine, but I would prefer to have Wigfeld, which provides much more morale than the Cloak of the West Tower. So the 2 upgrades I'm looking for is Edhil Harlos, the earring from Tharlak, and Wigfeld, which is the cape from Tharlak. So it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but I think that would definitely bump me up in morale. As far as my traits and virtues, I'm currently running Loyalty for the vitality boost and incoming healing. Don't care about the armor. Honor for the morale boost. Tactical mitigation, critical defense. Honor is a great one. Fortitude for the morale and critical defense and resistance. 3 of the stats I really like. Justice for the max morale and tactical mitigation. And honestly, because there's not really a better option for me at this point. You know, typically maybe I'd run Fidelity, but I don't need the tactical mitigation. I'm already over capped. The physical mitigation is wasted, so it literally just gives me 7 vitality. So there's not really a reason to take that. And then Tolerance, which puts me over the tactical mitigation cap, but also because it's giving me resistance, which is a stat I really care about. I think these are probably your best options, honestly, if you are going with the build I'm going with, which is very morale focused, having a huge morale pool, and also having a nice spread of defensive stats. So moving on to the Red Captain build, I'll go ahead and swap over now and I'll be right back with you. Okay, welcome back. I've swapped over to Red. I will show the class traits at the end of the video for both Yellow and Red, just so you know. So in Red, my main focus was obviously hitting my crit rating cap, my physical mastery cap, and then trying to get as much finesse as I possibly could, while still maintaining my tactical mitigation cap and my physical mitigation cap, which is easy. And this is how my build ended up being. As you can see, I'm almost to cap on crit rating. 1,000 is the cap. 1,000 is the cap for finesse. Very hard to get stat right now. Physical mastery is just at the cap at 1,500, and I have a decent amount of tactical mastery, which is unimportant. And then I also have almost exactly the tactical mitigation cap and over the physical mitigation cap. So this feels like a very comfortable build for me. I still have the same jewelry on, except for I have a Twisted Golden Bracelet Reforged. I'm looking for 1 more of these for the finesse and crit rating. And these are from Thrang. This one's from Tier 1 Thrang. I'm hoping to get the Tier 2 Thrang bracelets because they're just a little slight bit better at item level 50. So ideally I'd have 2 of these. And then also the Ring of Gems Reforged is from Thrang. And this one is from Tier 1, this one's from Tier 2. So I have 2 of these because they provide the crit rating and finesse that I want. And hopefully I'll upgrade this one to item level 50 eventually. Still have Last Fragment Reforged. And then for my armor, I'm using Helm of the North Star, so the North Star set. And this is from the Rift. You get a gem from each of the boss drops that you can trade in for this armor. I still need a few more pieces, but I think it's going to ideally be kind of a mishmash between Helm of the North Star armor set and the West Tower armor set, just because some of them give better stats than others, and I'm only really concerned with the 4 set bonus of the Helm of the of the North Star set. I'll obviously be swapping out the Cloak of the West Tower for Wigfeld as soon as I get it, but these are very easy to obtain. Run Rift a couple times and you'll get your North Star set, and then you can immediately buy the West Tower set. And honestly, I wouldn't bother too much with getting any of the Captain set from the Rivendell trader. What's it called? The War Captain set. I wouldn't bother with that too much. Maybe get the helmet. It's not great stat-wise. But yes, this is where I ended up being. I have not gotten my Rift weapon yet, which is slightly better than this one, but Iracathel is easily obtained from doing Uru from killing the dragon boss. And this is a fantastic weapon. Whoa. Sorry about that. I guess it was a wraith nearby. For a second I thought I was getting another Nazgul spawned on top of my head. That happened a few days ago. So yes, this weapon is easily farmable from the dragon in Uru. And as far as my traits go, I've got mostly defensives. I've got tolerance, honor, fortitude, loyalty, and then I have wit for the finesse because I really like the finesse. And I'm gonna go and try and find that wraith real quick to help somebody out. Looks like I found the wraith, so I'll just go ahead and kill him real quick. There we go. Alright, back to the video. Okay, so looking back at the class traits, here's what I've ended up going for. I have React to Battle, Martial Prowess at 3, Telling Mark upgraded. I've got Hardened Heart, Time of Need, 4 out of 5 for Make Them Bleed, just because I have not decided to go for the Vital Stroke or go for the Grievous Wounds. So I don't have a lot of damage pumped into bleed right now, so I decided not to max that one out. It's a 4% damage reduction of my bleeds, even though my bleeds are a big chunk of my damage. The other stats that you increase still increase your bleed's damage, but they also increase everything else. So you need Penetrating Cry, just because in a fellowship that's very important. And Arterial Strikes, rank 3 is not good, rank 4 is extremely good, rank 5 is not that great. So rank 3 gives you 3% melee critical chance, rank 4 gives you 4% melee critical chance and 10% melee skills critical damage. Rank 5 just gives you 1% more melee critical chance. So if you're gonna get Arterial Strikes, you at least need to be 4 out of 5. And then I also have Impactful Blows at rank 3. It goes 2%, 5%, 10%, so that's a huge difference. Obviously having your banner is definitely important, and Fellowship of the Blade. These 3 are extremely important for Fellowship. If you're not in a Fellowship, I guess you can feel free to maybe remove these and put them elsewhere, but since you're going to be in a Fellowship and that's kind of the point, just go ahead and leave these in here. You're not going to suffer much on the landscape because of it. Then the last point is in Oathbreaker's Shame. Moving over to yellow, I've gone for 4 out of 5 in Situational Awareness, just because a 40% chance to proc versus a 10% difference if I put one more point in. This is pretty much going to be always up at 40%, so there's not really a point to increase it to 50%. Honestly, I wish I could go even lower than that. 4 in Steeled Resolve, 1 in Threatening Shout, that's great. Call Them Out is terrible. Noble Mark is good. Demand Attention is also good for another taunt. In Harm's Way is a very useful skill, so definitely max that out. Shrug Blows aside, this is a greedy stat, I really like it. Critical defense. Terrifying Bellow, having at least a bit of a stun on this, you don't need to have the max rank, but just having a bit of a stun is very useful for interrupting inductions and things like that. Absorb Momentum, another greedy stat that I really like, 5% more block chance. Don't have Turning Point, don't have Strength in Numbers, don't have Fellowship of the Song, don't have Brother's Keeper. You know, these may be good if you have the extra points, but right now we're entirely focused on tanking. I have 5 in Standard of Valor. This is extremely powerful. Would never not put points in this. Unwavering. This is nice just for the extra 3 seconds of Last Stand duration, and then also because you get minus 3 seconds of your Last Stand cooldown on every harmful skill targeted at you. It's up more often, so maybe you can use it twice in a long fight. Other than that, just having the duration up is nice. Obviously at the 4, which is the, you know, disown brother of Shield of the Dunedain, it's fine. I'm not upset, but yeah, take it, it's useful. And then Elendil's Fury makes you an actual tank with an AoE taunt. So that is the quick rundown of my current build as far as my class traits, my virtues, and the items that I have. And I will give another update in the coming weeks, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully that was helpful if you're looking to gear out your captain as well. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll talk to you later.